And then a lot of folks that go to law school have degrees in German. So I wanted to help people, was what I wanted to do. Yeah. So this is my glorious story. And I thought, well, the better way to help people than to go into politics, right? And I could be a good politician. Yeah, I'd be one of the decent ones. So I would go to law school. And there's this LSAT, a law school admissions test. And you have to both get the right answer and get it quickly.
Yeah.
And I was never able to do it quickly. So my score was never really good enough to go to law school. So I didn't know, I was in a real pickle. But I had always played church as a kid, and it was always kind of in the background of my mind, you know. And everyone always was saying, oh, Daniel, he's going to be a pastor. Daniel, he's going to be a pastor. I played church with my grandfather as the sole member of the congregation. I would do all of it too, pray, sing, and preach. So pretty much what I do now too, pray, sing, and preach. So people always thought that's what I was going to do. And so I decided that, that's what I would do. At the time, the ELCA had the policy on the books of not allowing partnered gay and lesbian pastors, to be ordained. That policy was up to be changed at the time. And so I had kind of put that idea away whenever I started to understand myself to be a gay man. So I put that idea away, that I wasn't going to be able to go to church or to be a pastor. So at the time then, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was a sophomore in college? Is it the second year of college, sophomore? Yeah. And I was going to be going abroad to study in Germany my junior year of college. So that summer, I'm sitting, and I was at Long Beach Island, and the Churchwide Assemblies meeting, 2009, and they're broadcasting it. And I was watching the votes happen, and I made a promise or a deal with God that if the policy changed, I would go to seminary. They needed a 2/3 majority for the policy to change, and the vote was 66.67%. Just enough. And so at that time, my verse became, my grace is sufficient for you, which is in Romans, St. Paul's letter to the church at Rome. My grace is sufficient for you. And it was like, well, that was just enough. And my promise was I would do it. So I filled out the paperwork, which is a process that both the seminary and also through the church. And it was a long, convoluted process. But, it reminds me to some degree with Robert Frost. He says, there were two paths diverge in a wood, and I took the one that's less traveled by, and it's made all the difference. In some ways, I did take the path that's less traveled by. Not a lot of people become pastors. Not a lot of people choose to go that difficult route. That's what I did, and I love my job. I love what I do. It has made all the difference. I'm really thrilled that I get to do what I do. It's a privilege to sit with people, both in their joy and in their sadness. Sometimes their deepest sadness, you get to sit with people, and you don't always know what to say, but you are given the sacred opportunity to sit with them in their brokenness and be broken with them.